Hello everybody, Dr. Adam Smith, Ultimate Bariatrics here. I know I'm in a different color room than usual. We've started breaking it up. We've always done the Sooner room or the conference room or whatever, but we support our local team. We support the frogs here at Ultimate Bariatrics. My oldest daughter and a lot of my money went there, so we like supporting them a lot. We've been starting to get a lot of questions on our Facebook page about the pre-op diet. And so I'm going to go down memory lane a little bit to talk about why we even do that. So way back when we first started doing bariatric surgery, we really didn't put people on much of a pre-op diet. And we would get in there, even people whose BMI wasn't all that big would have these huge livers with this illness that we were just starting to talk to about called NASH, non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, which is a big, long, fancy word for a great big old fat liver. So when the liver was huge, it made the surgery technically much, much more difficult to do. So we started putting people on a preoperative diet. And everybody's preoperative diet is different. That tells you nobody has the perfect preoperative diet. We have tweaked it and manipulated it and done lots and lots and lots of things over the years. So the way we have come up with our preoperative diet essentially is the most aggressive diet we can get you to do to shrink your liver that we think you can actually do and survive. So it doesn't matter how extreme the diet is. If nobody does it, then they're going to still come in with a great big liver. So we get a lot of questions, and we're all human. And a lot of us are overachievers. And we all want to do everything perfect. And I'm not going to tell you to blow the diet off. If I do that, number one, we're going to have a bad outcome. And number two, I'm going to have 2 dietitians slash my tires in the parking lot. So we ain't going to go there. But we have one of the common questions we're saying on our preoperative diet, it says you can have a hearty soup. What's a hearty soup? Because I didn't know right off the top of the head. So and I'm talking about pre-op diet only. I'm not talking about post-op. I'm talking about pre-op. A hearty soup can be pretty much anything, but we really want it to be a broth-based kind of soup. And we want to minimize the number of starches that are in there, otherwise known as potatoes. Okay? So a good hearty vegetable soup is fine. Lobster bisque with a pound of lobster in it probably isn't the best idea to do on your preoperative diet. So there's a lot of flexibility in the pre-op diet. What is our overall goal? Is we're getting rid of the carbohydrates and the starches in your diet for the 2 weeks or 3, depending on your body mass index, prior to your surgery. That depletes the glycogen content in the liver, which makes it less likely for you to have bleeding from the liver during surgery and makes the surgery technically easier, especially if you're going to have surgery using the magnetic surgical system, which is something that we're having a lot of fun with. So with the magnetic surgery, instead of having 5 holes in your belly, we can do a sleeve with 3 or sometimes 4 holes in your abdomen, getting rid of this highest incision. If your liver's big, you can't do this. So if you do your diet, you can get rid of at least 1 and sometimes 2 of the holes that we have to put in your abdomen to do your surgery. So we know that the pre-op diet works. There were a lot of us that were skeptical about it, including myself early on. And so we did a study way back when I was at UNT, and we studied people pre-op and post-op with a limited CAT scan of the abdomen. And we looked at the liver and we looked at the abdomen at the level of L4, L5. And we looked at 2 things. How big is the liver before surgery and how big is the liver 6 months after surgery? We also looked at how much fat and what kind of fat goes away first with surgery. There are two kinds of fat in your belly. There is central obesity, or what we call visceral fat. That's the fat that is around the intestine, hanging off the stomach, things like that. That's the fat that you lose the fastest when you have surgery. Then you have peripheral fat. That's the fat between your skin and your muscle, and that is the fat that comes off last. That's one of the many reasons that our male patients lose weight faster than females, because as a general rule, they tend to be apples instead of pears. So the apple fat or the visceral fat goes away the fastest. That also happens in your liver. The fat in your liver goes away the fastest. So we can see that left side of the liver shrink 20-25% if you do your preoperative diet. It also gets rid of some of the central fat or visceral fat in there, which gives us more room to operate, decreases your risk of a complication, and makes us come out of surgery with a smile on our face. So the pre-op diet is important. It's not 100% written in stone. The dietitians will go over that with you. They will give you examples, but a hearty soup is like a good vegetable soup. Always homemade is better than store-bought, in my opinion. Good chicken, you can put chicken in your hearty soup. You know, chicken is better than beef, which is, you know, better than, you know, something totally fatty. But give yourself, don't get taste fatigue on that pre-op diet. Vary it up a little bit, but just don't cheat, because we want that liver small. We want to have a smooth, uneventful surgery, and that gets you off to a good start for your surgery. So then we'll transition a little bit to post-op diet. We are more rigid. And so we individualize that to the surgery and to some extent to the individual. So we don't give you a 100% calorie target in that first week post-op. It's usually clear liquids, but sometimes we make an exception. We usually go to full liquids, you know, which is no lumps, bumps, or chunks the second week, but that varies surgery to surgery and person to person. We advance your diet based on how we feel like you're ready. So don't expect to go online and say, oh gosh, I'm on post-op day 7, what am I supposed to do? Because everyone's different. Now, if you really, truly don't know what you're supposed to do on post-op day 7, call us. Call us, email us. There's someone in the office 5 days a week that can answer those questions for you, because then they can look at you as an individual, look at your chart, look at your record, see the notes, and say, okay, this person, they're probably okay to advance their diet today. Or this person, they really need 3 or 4 more days of liquids, or 3 or 4 more days of this or that or the other. So try not to get your information from the Facebook page and the internet. Try to get it directly from the office. I mean, that's why I have all these overpaid staff here to answer your questions 5 days a week. And they're going to kill me for saying that, but it's okay. Long term, you know, don't think the surgery does it all for yourself. Don't think you're done when the staples come out. This is a lifetime journey. We're in this together. We're here to stay on track, to support each other, to nurture each other, to make sure we all survive and thrive. And so I just want to say good luck to you. If you're just starting this journey, congratulations, you've made a good decision. If you're 5 years down the road, keep the faith, keep doing what you're doing, keep making us proud of you. And if you have questions, concerns, or anything, give us a call. Good luck. Hope to see y'all in person sooner rather than later, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.